Morning, Tracy. There's Darth and Janine. You're gonna have to forgive me. My voice is a little thrashed up. I was sick last week. I'm leaving for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Good morning, Bob. Hi, Victoria. Hi. Hey, Darth. And Wendy. No, I guess you didn't hear. My mom passed away. I'm going to her funeral tomorrow. I don't know what it was I had. I actually felt it coming last week during a live stream. You may have noticed I was coughing a little bit and still am, as you can see. And it kind of got worse on Sunday night, and I spent all day Monday and about half the day Tuesday in bed. But I'm on the trailing end of it now. I beat it back. I don't have any warm vodka. I just have cold vodka. That feels good though. There's Rhonda. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, it happened a few weeks ago, but uh, it was kind of a sad Christmas this year. A hot toddy. That scared him. Actually, it's bye-bye now, isn't it? Oh, Cindy Morgan too? I heard about David Soul. Thank you, Sandra. You know, we'll be here. Thank you for the hugs, Victoria. Okay, we gotta wait a couple minutes here for Rhonda to pick up her load of the conversation here. She got changed out of her work clothes. Just have to wait our turn. Flying there and driving back. I'm gonna rent like a van there and bring some of my mom's stuff home with me. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm kind of better. You know, I didn't miss any work this week, and that's really what counts. I just kind of took it easy over the weekend. Maybe I got cat flu. I don't know. Did I get something from you, Bite? I honestly have no idea where I got it from because I don't know. We tend to be pretty okay at work. And I wasn't aware of anyone being sick around me. I guess I just picked it up from someone. I did go to the work party. It was a fun night. Yeah, it's really cold here today. It was like in the low 30s, just above freezing when I got up. It's probably going to be, I think, upper 40s. That's about the most they're expecting today, I think. I did gamble there. Yes. I'm glad you all missed me. Yeah, I'm still here just doing my thing. Going to California tomorrow. Yeah, I think the party went well, and I don't know. I don't know if people really complimented me on the outfit, but that's okay. Guys don't feed on that the way women do. I'm sick, and you're going to make a chicken soup, huh? Well, send some down. Yeah, I like my blue velvet shirt. That's a great Dennis Hopper image. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what scene that is. Was she there? You mean her? Yeah, she was. I looked smart, huh? Well, I guess looks can be deceiving. No snow here yet, but we're not quite into snow season yet. Snow season usually happens sometime in February. We're hoping to get some though. I'm going to fly into Orange County tomorrow. The funeral's in Orange County. Then I'm going to go up to Northern California, pick up some stuff that belonged to my mom, and drive home. So I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit more time coming home this time and maybe stop and see some things. I'm seriously thinking about a stop at Meteor Crater on the way back. I think that would be a great vlog. Yeah, I had a good time. They had casino night there, so I spent most of the night at the blackjack table, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it seemed to me I heard that your area, kind of Rhonda, was maybe going to get hit by some snow from that nor'easter that everyone's talking about. Thank you for the prayers, Victoria. Yeah, um, it's gonna be a interesting week. San Andreas Fault has been really active in California. There have been two moderate-sized earthquakes in Southern California in the last week. Yeah, we didn't get any snow here, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to be back in California again so soon after two kind of moderate-sized earthquakes. They were in the fours, but that's a decent-sized earthquake in California. Yeah, I hope so, Lindex. I'm going to see some people I haven't seen in a long time. My mom's brother and I think at least his daughter are coming to the funeral. And they weren't able to come to my dad's funeral. They were planning on it, but that was right when COVID was starting to hit, and they decided the last minute not to. Tornado hit Fort Lauderdale. That's interesting. Yeah, well, the earthquakes weren't big enough to cause any real damage, and unless you're like someone like me that watches that, you probably wouldn't have been aware of it. But one of them was right on the San Andreas Fault. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see them. That's definitely a possibility, Tracy. If I find someplace, I mean, if I go to Meteor Crater, like I'm thinking, I'm hoping I can find some Chuck quartz. And that would be fun to bring home to my collection. I used to live by a fault. I'm glad I do not anymore. Fault I used to live near was called the San Andreas Fault, and then even closer to me than that was the Newport Inglewood Fault. Wasn't a fan of that, or the Elsinore Fault. Wasn't a fan of that one either. California has its faults. Grew up in Northern California, right on the fault line. Were you there with Loma Prieta? Your power plant is built on a fault line. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, if you're in Northern California along the fault line, yeah, you are in a very super expensive area. Loma Prieta was the one that is most famous for interrupting the World Series. Left most of San Francisco on fire and collapsed and all that. One of the things people don't know about that earthquake is the actual epicenter of the fault was like 50 miles away, but it did all the damage in San Francisco because so much of the lower half of San Francisco was built on reclaimed land where they literally just push soil out into the bay there. And when the earthquake happened, all the liquefaction occurred and everything collapsed. Simi Valley is down in Southern California area, kind of northern Los Angeles county. I'm a huge fan of earthquakes. I just don't like being in them. I much prefer to read about them from 1,500 miles away. I think California should be about 4 states. Yeah, I've been to the Ronald Reagan Library a couple times, including once with Jordan. That's a really impressive place. If you ever get a chance to go to the Reagan Library, it's definitely worth a look. The area is so beautiful. It's up on the top of a hill in the Reagan Ranch area. Yeah, I think I saw some of that footage. I remember when Northridge or the earthquake happened in Southern California, and it happened like early in the morning one morning. It happened like 5 in the morning, and I was awakened obviously by it, and then that was a day I was off of work, and so I just remember sitting at home watching the live news feeds all day, and it was weird because um, earthquakes aren't instantaneous. So you see the shaking happens one place, and the waves kind of move across the ground. If you're far enough away, high enough up, you can actually see the waves, but they travel about 2 miles a second. And it was funny because I'd be watching the newscast, and they'd say, "Oh yeah, we're having an earthquake. We're aftershock right now," and and then like 10, 15 seconds later, I would feel it at my place because that was how long it took the shaking to get from where they are to where I was. Yeah, Jordan's getting married. That's not something I ever thought would happen. I guess if it's big enough, Darth. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to do. I kind of stayed in on New Year's Eve too. Yeah, there was a big earthquake in Japan too. I think they called it a 7.4. And yeah, there were like 100 or so deaths, I heard. But you live in Japan, you just got to be ready for that because, California, we make a big deal about California. There's only one major earthquake fault in Southern California. There's like three of them that intersect Japan. Logan wants to be the flower girl, huh? Well, she can put her name in the hat here. I just hit the laptop. How rude of me, huh? So she missed it, huh? I guess you're just gonna have to renew your vows just to make her happy. I heard about that bridge. Yeah. She tells everyone you aren't. Yeah, I know that was the earthquake in Waco. Just out of curiosity, this is sort of what earthquakes look like anyway. Yeah, it was the Bay Bridge. I remember that. Or like a section of the top half collapsed onto the lower half. And also the big the Nimitz Freeway too. That was a big thing during that one also. I don't know if there's going to be any whiskey on this live stream. I do still have a couple bottles of those minis left from Halloween. Haven't managed to drink those yet. Just gonna have to stick with the vodka. I don't usually like to mix vodka and whiskey anyway, right? That's not a good idea. That sounds like a good grandma to me. I'm gonna rent a van. Whiskey is strong stuff. I still haven't done anything with that moonshine I showed you a couple weeks ago. One of these days, I'm gonna have to drink some of that. Don't want to do that tomorrow or tonight, though. I think. Yeah, you have to tell Charlotte that Nana can see her now. Yeah, I still haven't taken down mine. Mine's still up. Primarily, I planned to kind of take down Christmas last weekend for me, but I was sick the whole time, so everything's still up. In fact, I'm gonna actually go to California with my lit Christmas lights still up. I'm gonna turn them off before I leave. They won't be on anymore, but all the stuff will still be up. The OCD wouldn't let you have it up any longer. Yeah, well, I like having mine up. Oh, see, I got a cat under there, over there too. Hey, bye. Is that all you're gonna do? Okay, well, we're going to ignore you. Oh, Lloyd has had his up all year, huh? In his special Christmas room. That's good. Just my public service here. Your cats learned how to turn off the computer, huh? They think you're spending too much time. Is that what's going on? Not paying enough attention to them. I have the same problem with Bite here. He gets all jealous when I don't give him enough attention. Yeah, that'll do it, I guess. Lay on the power button for about 2 seconds and the power will go off. Come on, Bite. I won't bite. That's your job. You got to come out here. Tracy says you're adorable. Actually, right now he's just a big fat hairy blob. It makes a sort of pleasing sound when he's petted. Logan says you got to get over here. Come on. I got the brush. Come on up. There we go. Now we got him to visit us. I'm flying to California and then driving back. Yeah, Nancy was really into astrology. Did you hear that, Bite? Logan's yelling at the TV. But you weren't paying attention, were you? Okay, I'm going to turn the monitor here so I can read it here. Good morning, Breck. Good morning, Gene. It's pretty cold here too, but we're supposed to warm up a little bit. There's Black Dot. Good morning, Connie. You made enough soup to feed us all, huh? All right, well, send some to Waco. I hear the eastern states already have gotten their blizzard. I was hearing some places as much as 12 inches. That's a lot of snow. It's more than we've gotten in the few years I've been here at Waco. One of the things I like about this place, though, is when it does snow, one of the things I like about this place, though, is when it does snow, it snows a little and it's gone after a couple of days, and that's just about the right amount. Just noticing there was like some red outside my window. I guess the holly's got some berries on it. I think you dodged a bullet there, Rhonda. You don't want to move to California. Yeah, well, I mean, I drove by my apartment a couple of days ago. It's still the same old toilet. 20 centimeters. That's a lot. So what, like 8 inches, something like that? Thank you, Connie. Yeah, the party went well last night. Yeah, I can suppose that would be an issue, Rhonda. Well, I mean, California would have bankrupted you too. Yeah, yeah. Last time I came back from California, I went kind of quickly because I had Flash with me. And so I didn't, if you remember that vlog, it was basically me leaving Southern California at the beginning of the vlog and arriving back in Texas at the end of the vlog. I didn't do anything except, okay, I've, here's some of the trip. Okay, I made the first day. I'll catch up the second day, a little second day, third day, and then coming home. And it was all on one vlog. I didn't really stop and see anything. I want to do a little bit more of that. And I haven't even really decided where I want to go. I just want to leave myself open to seeing some of the things that are on the path. So, the only thing I'm kind of thinking about is I want to stop at Meteor Crater in Arizona and see that. And so I'm planning on like leaving. I'll be in Northern California. What I'm doing is I'm flying into Southern California tomorrow. The funeral's on Tuesday. Going to probably spend Wednesday there with, to get some time to hang out with my uncle and cousins who I think are coming in from Minnesota. Then I'm going to ride with my sister back to Sacramento on Thursday, get the van, and start heading back to California. And all I got to do is be back to California by the following Wednesday because I got to go back to work on Thursday. So I'm just going to kind of play it by ear, take it slow. Uh, maybe just do a few 100 miles a day, stop and see a few things along the way, and just leave myself open to stop and see something that looks interesting. Because one of the things I noticed when I drove to California last time was there were a lot of things along the road that I just kind of wish I could have stopped and seen, but didn't really have the time to do it. So I'm going to kind of have more of an open schedule, and we'll just do it a little bit at a time and see how we get there. We'll get here when we get here. It's not really busy travel season, so I ought to be able to, easily pick up hotel somewhere, just someplace, little place, picked up on a day by day basis. No, my mom's place has already been vacated. I'll be staying with my sister in Sacramento, and we're getting a hotel in Southern California. Yeah, I love doing Christmas light vlogs, and that was really the only one I got a chance to do this year. No, there probably won't be a live stream next week because by Sunday I should be partway home. So it'd be a matter of, where I do a live stream from. Oh yeah, we'll figure out how that all works. I think that time is gonna kind of be a little depressurizing time for me. After my mom's final weeks and her passing and her funeral and all that stuff, it's gonna kind of be good to get that behind me. Then all I gotta do is come back and figure out about her memorial video. That's the next thing we gotta do. Live stream in a van. Yeah, no, that would be kind of weird. I have been to Carlsbad Caverns when I was a kid. Probably wouldn't be the best time to see it now because it's winter and I'm sure probably all the bats have migrated, but the caverns themselves are beautiful. I definitely want to visit them again. The Carlsbad Caverns are close enough that I could do that on one of my long weekends. You still have your bats. That's good. Yours haven't migrated, huh? In terms of the funeral, it was all kind of planned ahead of time by my parents. My dad, had my parents' plot all figured out 20 years ago. So we don't really have to do that much, except for the except for be there and the specifics of who's doing what and stuff like that. But it was all pretty much taken care of. I'll have a lot more input on the video because obviously I'm going to do that. Yeah, I got to start thinking about my plans for that. That'll be kind of a dark and macabre vlog, huh? Me planning my funeral. I got to start thinking about that now. Estate planning. She had her moments, Tracy. Am I going to let you vote on the funeral arrangements? I don't know. I think I have kind of settled on Oakwood Cemetery. I've been there a couple times, and it's a nice place. Well, that's assuming you keep digging in the same place, Rhonda. Oakwood is a local cemetery in town. It's a nice one. I've done a couple of vlogs out at Oakwood Cemetery. You may recall that video I did about the newspaper publisher who got in a gunfight in downtown Waco about 100 years ago. He's buried at Oakwood. The guy who invented Dr. Pepper is buried at Oakwood. Um, Remember that guy I told you that was buried at that other cemetery where he was allegedly buried seated up with a revolver in one hand and a bottle of whiskey in the other. And he's buried there now. No, my mom's going to be put next to my dad. They're in Cyprus, Forest Lawn, Cyprus. Everybody wants to vote on the plans, huh? That is kind of funny. I don't know if that's creepy or if it actually if I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Yeah, there's a few famous people at Oakwood Cemetery. You think your family will throw you in the family plot when you're gone, huh? You have me buried in a cowboy hat and boots, huh? I don't know. Maybe that'll be natural for me by then. Brenda's doing all right. I mean, it's always a shock when it happens, but the truth is, we knew it was coming. Oh, what was his name? He had that big long name. And I know I practiced it and practiced it and practiced it um, when I did the vlogs so I could say it. But it's been so long now since I did it um, that that I don't remember anymore. But he had like this, like how sometimes like people you think of people from the deep south have like three names: Billy Joe, Jim Bob, or something like that. He had like one of those names, but it was like seven or eight names that were tied together, and then his last name was Johnson. Go through my playlist of cemetery vlogs, and you'll find it. Will they have "Escaping the Mouse's Mom" written on it? No, I don't think so. We didn't put "Escaping the Mouse's Dad" on my dad, so I don't think we'll be doing that. QR codes on a tombstone. I guess that's probably not a horrible thing to do, because then you could link up to like the person's history and stuff like that, learn about the person. See, that's something I might think of doing. Just have the QR code lead to escaping the mouse. Any songs I'd want played? I don't know. Haven't really thought about that. Probably wouldn't be your typical church stuff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just put it because I mean, what better place is there for to be a story of my life than there? Because that's literally the story of everything that's happened to me for the past 5 years. Yeah, Guided by Voices is my music. There you go. I've heard about the Mickey Mouse horror film. That's going to be kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do the whole cremation thing. I'll probably just be buried as usual. Meow. Come on up. We haven't done a belly rub in a while here, have we? It's nicer to do it during the winter because it doesn't shed as much. All right, enough of that. See, it is nice not having the hair fly though. Wish we could do that all year round, Bite. I always like how his paws are kind of doing this when he's being getting his belly rubbed. Yeah, he's pretty content with that. I know he pretends he hates it, but he doesn't. He loves it. He loves every minute of it. If I'm invited, I'll attend, definitely. Yeah, they had a dance floor at the company party, but I'm not a dancing person, so I just stayed in the casino area. Spent the whole night playing blackjack. Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta mic him up sometimes so you can hear him purring. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully bring back some fun stuff. Well, we weren't playing with real money. They gave us company dollars that we could use, and we traded the company dollars for chips. And then if we won, we won. If we lost, we lost. If we win, basically, I think you're given tickets, and the tickets go into a draw for a raffle, and you know we'll see what you win. And yeah, I did end up ahead. They gave you 1,000 company dollars to start with, and turns out one of the managers who knows me, some of the upper management had like more of these dollars, and so if they saw you having a good time at the casino, they'd just throw you another 1,000. So one of the guys threw me another 1,000. So at the end of the night, I ended up a little bit more than $2,600. With a little bit more than $2,600. So I ended up about $600. Now they haven't done the raffle. They just took names so far. Nah, I don't think it was anything like that. I don't think they're trying to set us up. It was a fun thing. I enjoyed myself. I've never really sat down and played blackjack a whole lot. It would make me think if I did go to actual Vegas again, then I might sit down because I actually didn't do too bad with blackjack. I'd be ahead, I'd be behind. At the end of the day, I was ahead, in large part due to one $500 bet I made. But there was another case where I drew a pair of aces initially, and I split those and got face cards for both of them. So I got two blackjacks off of a split pair of aces. So that was cool. I wish I'd bet more on that. I think I only bet $50 on each one, but no, it was $100 on each one. No, I haven't really don't really have any thoughts about the pool. That'll kind of be something I'll process over the next couple months. I was at Home Depot last weekend looking at the supplies I would need to do that. I'm going to need about 600 of those bricks because what I want to do is I want to build it up a little bit. No, I don't think they'd think I trade company secrets for casino money. I can't see that happening. No, they actually hired a company to come in and do the games. And there were basically three games. I wish they had poker. Poker would have been fun. They didn't do poker. They had craps, they had roulette, and they had blackjack. See, I would have probably sat and played some poker. Ever tried my new shirt under black light? Gotta admit, I have not. Oh, I know black dot. You're just messing with me. I know you well enough to know that. Soup's done. All right, where are the bowls? I left. You have to show us where the bowls are. I don't know where they are. Live disco music? No, there wasn't any of that. There was a lot of country music and a lot of like modern pop. Yeah, it is the actor from Easy Rider, Dennis Hopper. All right, we'll start serving it, Rhonda. No, I don't. I don't dance at all, and definitely not the two-step. That is not my scene. I'm glad it wasn't just food, drinks, and dancing too. The casino, you know, casino was just kind of a good diversion, I think. No Allman Brothers, no Skinner, nope. I did not have a martini, shaken or stirred, and no, there was no guided by voices either. I would have picked up on that in a second. Might have been the only one in the room that would, but I'm too uncoordinated to do one step, let alone two. But like I said, I did have a good time with the casino night. I'm glad they did that, and it was cool. They did have an open bar for about 2 hours, so I enjoyed a couple of Bloody Marys and then had a beer. And that pretty much took care of my night. Tim McGraw, no Tim McGraw, Charlotte, or at least so far as I would know. I don't know if I'd recognize Tim McGraw if I heard him. Yeah, mine's worse than that, Black Dot. Yeah, I hung out with some of the mechanics during the party, and one of my friends from the department and I were sitting at the blackjack table, uh, doing blackjack. So we had a good time. I said hi to her. Yeah, I did have fun. It was a good time. Also, during the same trip, my mom wanted me to come up with some sort of a picture for her Christmas letter. Now, she never actually got a Christmas letter done this year, but my plan to was to find a good like photograph of myself um, in front of the Waco Suspension Bridge. I thought that would be make for some good fun photos. And so during that same trip, I went to the Waco Suspension Bridge. I brought a tripod, my camera with me, and shot some pictures of myself, and that was kind of cool. So I was in my nice new outfit. So I said, you know what? Let's go do that. Might as well do that in the same trip. Yeah, we'll see if we win anything from the raffle now. I look very dapper, huh? Wow. Yeah, I thought I looked pretty good. This guy can clean up sometimes. He doesn't do it very much, but top hat and a cane. I don't know about that. That's got to be a drag being allergic to Kleenex. Well, I was doing something. Oh, it was the lotion, huh? Interesting. Am I taking any medication for the cough? No, I'm just kind of letting my uh, immune system take care of it for me. I've been taking like NyQuil and Dayquil just to kind of suppress the symptoms, but I'm even off that now. I did take a little Dayquil last night before I went to work or went to the party, just to make sure we kind of kept all that minimum while I was there. I didn't want to be, you know, coughing and all that during the party. I wanted to kind of enjoy the party. So yeah, I've never been a teetotaler. Cold meds make you loopy. That's okay. We like you when you're loopy. You're way more fun that way. No, I didn't test for COVID. If I did, I got if it was COVID, I powered my way through the worst of it very, very quick. A lot of people get knocked out by COVID. Worst case for me, it was you know, you know, I don't know, 36 hours or something from beginning to end. Now I'm just kind of in the post phase where, I'm coughing a little bit. Hey, Elvis is in the house. I don't even know what that is, Darth. He didn't really miss anything. We haven't made any decisions about the pool yet. I can never really argue with a warm whiskey. Those muffins were great. I like good blueberry muffins. Oh, it's Elvis's birthday, huh? Oh man, you're not a blueberry fan. Oh man, who are you? I love blueberries. I like raspberries too. Of course he's alive, Darth. He's here in the live stream right now. Aren't you paying attention? Yeah, they're supposed to be like an antioxidant, aren't they? That often happens when a famous person passes, unfortunately. Oh, I hope not. This is Texas, though. I think Texas has actually passed a law outlawing that. Heard that Elvis is a shelf stacker in Waco. It could be. I don't know. I mean, I guess I did the blueberry muffins recently. I guess that was the last cooking vlog. I haven't been to a restaurant in a long time. Yeah, I don't think Texas is going to go through the same mistake with COVID again. Never seen Chip and Joanna games. No. My understanding is they don't actually live in Waco. They live in Crawford. They have a ranch down there somewhere. Just the one that's coming in the in the next week or so, Elvis. Like I said, I want to go. Leave enough time on the trip back to just kind of you know see what I see and give myself the time to check out some things on the way. Like I said, when I drove to California a year and a half ago, I was disappointed at all the places I passed by on the way that said, "Geez, I wish I could stop there. Geez, I wish I could stop there." Well, I'm going to do that this time. The only thing I've really thought about that I think I want to do is I want to stop at Meteor Crater on the way back because I don't think I've ever seen that. Well, no, I think we went there maybe as a kid when I was a kid. Yeah, family vacations when I was a kid, I didn't really necessarily appreciate them at the time. I would have rather stayed home and played with my friends. But I am really glad that I got to go to some of the places I got to see because we did like national parks a lot. Every summer um, we'd visit a national park. So I'd been to, Yellowstone and Grand Tetons and Crater Lake and Mount Rainier and Grand Canyon and all sorts of these great places. And that's really, I think a lot of that gave me my love and appreciation for nature and being outside. So I want to do some of that again. And I think Meteor Crater is a place maybe we went, but I want to see it again because now I understand a lot more what it was, what happened, and so it's going to be very interesting for like a uh, geological type of vlog. Because now that I appreciate things like that on a geological standpoint, it'll be a lot more fun to see it. I think Area 51. I don't know. I think they still shoot you for going there. Yes, it is, Gene. This is a very beautiful country. I love Yosemite too. I've been there a bunch of times. There was, my family always really loved Yosemite, so we went there a lot of times. Yeah, I bet they have a great museum at the crater. Like I said, I want to, from a rock standpoint, I want to see if I can find some shock quartz because that'd be cool. Shock quartz of Meteor Crater in Arizona. How awesome would that be in my collection? Driving down to North Carolina. What's in North Carolina? Jordan suggested I should try and get a vlog with GW also. Yeah, I don't think they usually frown too much on you taking rocks. Grand Canyon, I'd like to do that, but I'd like to spend more than, just an hour or two. See, Meteor Crater, I could stop, spend an hour or two there, see what I want to see, and then be on my way again. Grand Canyon, you really have to spend some time there. And I was expecting Elvis to say Memphis. Yeah, I've been to Yosemite a whole bunch of times. Helicopter ride over the canyon would be awesome. You like the North Rim, huh? See, if I'm going to go to Grand Canyon, I want to spend a week there because I want to hike around there. Same with Yellowstone. Just want to spend some time taking in the sights, hiking around, checking things out. No, I've never been in a helicopter either. Tracy's checking out for lunch. See, that's what I do. I do the live stream, or I'd have breakfast and then do the live stream, so I'm not hungry yet. You've been in a blimp, huh? I've been near the Goodyear blimp, but that's it. I'd love to go to Hawaii again. Hawaii is such a beautiful place, and I was always mainly on the Big Island, and the Big Island is more volcanic, and so it's lots and lots and lots of lava fields out there. But that's geology, and I love the geology. And there are some very beautiful places on the Big Island. Hilo side is really nice. Matt lives on the Kona side. There's a place called Waipio Valley that we visited a couple times. It's really beautiful. I tried to bring lava rocks back one time, but Matt kept getting paranoid and citing an episode of the Brady Bunch where something bad happened to Greg because of a tiki thing he wore when he was surfing, and Matt was convinced that was going to happen, so he made me put him back. I had found some great stuff too. Matt can be a little superstitious sometimes. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. Good talking to you. Hoover Dam, that'd be fun too. Yeah, and the example I always used with Matt with that, when he brought up the Madame Pele thing was, you know what? Why does anyone make laws? People make laws to prevent things from happening that they don't want happening. Well, or especially to make things stop that are happening, especially specifically. And in order to believe that the fire god, Madame Pele, uh, said you can't bring rocks off the island, you have to believe that back when the early Polynesians were there, back before the white men showed up, that apparently there was a huge problem with Hawaiians, native Hawaiians, the Polynesians, loading up their outrigger canoes with rocks and sailing across the ocean. And if you believe that, you know what? I got a bridge to sell you in Manhattan. Far more, the explanation I heard is that it was after white people came and there was a tour bus driver that was tired of constantly having to sweep up lava off of his bus, so he made up the Madame Pele thing, and that makes more sense. Logan says she wants to spit off the dam. All right, sweet. You know, the dam is so high, Logan, though, that by the time you spit, by the time it hit the ground, it would have all evaporated. Yeah, I love blueberries. They keep telling her spitting isn't nice. It attracts all the wrong kind of guys, Logan. She's a thing for spitting in holes, huh? She's 1 in 100, Rhonda. Oh, the work party was fun. Yeah, it was a good night. You know, they had some good food. I like the fact that they had an open bar. I don't think I've ever been to a company party where they had an open bar. The last company that I went to that was big enough to actually do that didn't do it because they were concerned about the legal liability. But this place didn't really worry about it. The bar was only open for a little while, but I had a good time with the casino night. From the mother, Rhonda, from the mother. Sounds like Charlotte's a lady and Logan's the tomboy, huh? I didn't have either a martini or a margarita. I had a couple Bloody Marys and they and then top it off with beer after that. I didn't want to, I knew I had to drive home, so I didn't want to have too much. And the truth is, I had the alcohol earlier in the evening, most of it with most of which was with the meal. And then once I sat down at the casino table and started playing blackjack, I wasn't drinking anything except I had like a 7 Up later on in the night. So by the time I left, I was pretty sober. Food was okay. Could have been more, but I guess I could have gone back for more too. Buy a motorcycle and drive to California. That doesn't sound like a fun trip to me. Not with the weather; it'd be too cold out, I think. Yeah, it was a buffet kind of thing. No, I got to go and I got to go tomorrow. Unfortunately, it was a beautiful drive to California and back when I went a year and a half ago, and that was in April, which was kind of a nice time to go to. April and May. No, I could totally get into riding a motorcycle on a long road, no, on a long trip, but the weather has to be nice. And uh, if we're gonna be crossing mountains and stuff like that, it's gonna be cold doing that. Mount St. Helens would be fun, a fun place to visit. I'd like to check that out sometime. Yeah, we had ash at my house too. I remember the ash from Mountain St. Helens. Makes you think of how much it really happened because you know Mount St. Helens was probably like a 500 or 700 miles north of us, and you got to remember the trade winds go to the east, so most of that ash should have been going that way, but enough of it came my way, ended up where I lived that it affected us. So yeah, I remember Mount St. Helens. But see, that'd be a fun place to visit from a geological standpoint too. Yeah, we didn't really see any of the ash from your fires last year. Yeah, early '80s, I think. I think it was 1980 or 81 or 82 or something like that. I got a little souvenir my parents brought back from me once. Or I've showed it before, but I'll show it again. Okay, I'm back here. I've shown this before, but this is a souvenir that my parents brought for me. It's a little plastic thing that has some actual ashes from the volcano itself. And so that's kind of cool. And it's got the date on it. The date is May 18th, 1980. So yeah, that's the date of the eruption. So that's cool. I got ashes from the volcano. You see it better, I think, from that side. So that's kind of a cool thing to have. Just like Pompeii, John, just like Pompeii. Yeah. Yeah, Mount St. Helens is definitely a place I wouldn't mind visiting, but that's not going to be on this trip. That's going the wrong direction. Places I got to go got to be somewhere between Folsom and Waco. Yeah. And I think that's actually what a lot of this is. This isn't necessarily ash, although that's what a pyroclastic flow is. It's a molten ash but yeah, pyroclastic flows are beautiful and deadly. Just ask the people of Pompeii. Good old Mount Vesuvius. No, I never went to wine country. That was more my parents' thing. My parents and my mom's brother and his family, they were into that, and Beth's parents were into wine trips and stuff like that. I never was. Closest thing I ever went to wine tasting was my mom loved going to the Food and Wine Festival at Disney California Adventure, and so we do that for her birthday every year, and she liked doing that. And I do remember that, in that one day, one of the times we went there, I sampled a whole bunch of wine. I was pretty much out of it at the end of the day, but I've never really been a wine drinker. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm really into the resort thing. Although Palm Springs was one of the places we used to visit from time to time when I was a kid, also. And I remember the Palms to Pines tram tour, where they had a cable car that took you up the mountain. And so you go, be like 90 or 100 degrees down there, down below on the desert floor, and you get up to the top of the mountain, and it's like 50 degrees colder, and it's snowing and stuff like that. That was a trip. Yeah, that's right. Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that buried Pompeii, has actually erupted a bunch of times since 78 AD, including, you're right, the last time during World War II. I think there was concerns about it was rumbling just recently too, but I don't think there's been any eruptions. A little time will dry out my respiratory tract too. I expect in a couple of days I'll be like 100% again. That's the next big project on the house. It's probably going to be that rock table I've been talking about for a while. That all kind of got put off. What with what happened with my mom and all that. But yeah, we've been getting a little bit of rain here. I think we've had like an inch in the last week or so, and that's always nice. Thank you, Nicholas and Spaniel Mom. I appreciate that. I want to do a few vlogs while I'm there. No, I haven't really made a decision about the pool yet. Oh, I thought you were going to actually retire the bathtub. Retile, okay. Funny, we haven't seen Jeff yet today, have we? Must be an extra long church service today. Sometime between the 1st of January and the 31st of December. It's like the epiphany today, huh? I don't know. That might be overstating things a little. Yeah, I like having the pool, and if I do give it up, it's going to be a difficult choice, but it just might be the one that ends up being made. I don't know. Like I said, I've got two competing ideas. One is to replace the pool. The other is to put some trees in. And like I said, I haven't really decided which way it's going to go yet. And I got to admit, in the last few weeks, I haven't even really thought about it a lot. There's been so much going on. Yeah, that's what I figured. From time to time, Jeff's church will have like some special event afterwards, and during those times, we don't get to see him so much. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what's going on, Rhonda. Yeah, well, I got a basic idea what the it's going to be about 2 grand to replace the pool, but then I got to pay for the labor on top of that. It's 2 grand just for the parts, and then whatever the labor is to do that, plus the cost of the water to fill it back up again. That's possible. Although that could work against me too, especially from the labor standpoint. They may be so booked up installing pools as you get closer to pool season that it could be harder to get them. I don't want to be anywhere near San Francisco. I don't know what the story is with the pool vac. At this point, I haven't done anything with it in a couple months, and it's been out of the water. I will have to make my decision based on that, though, also, because I don't want to spend another $1,000 on a pool vac. Thank you, Darth. Appreciate that. Should be a little less of a stressful trip. I'm not flying Spirit Airline. I won't be doing that anymore. I haven't. I probably won't go along the coast. That'd be out of the way. That'd be like 50 miles in the wrong direction. But I haven't figured out my exact path yet. Might just be one of those things, just getting out and going. Let's see. Way goes that way, so we'll go that way. Yeah. Once again, that's the wrong way. That's headed in the wrong direction. And it's all going to depend, I guess, on what the weather does too. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of places I'd like to visit. Not so much into like visiting cities and stuff like that, but more like visiting national parks and stuff like that. Natural things. See, I still remember using a Thomas guide. Want to go to London, huh? I want to go to Stonehenge. Thanks for stopping in, Victoria. It was good seeing you. We're coming to the end of this anyway here. I think Victoria was here almost from the beginning. That's quite an accomplishment sticking with me for almost 2 hours, huh? Should to get some sort of reward for that. I think there'll probably be a rock and mineral show coming through Waco again. Apparently, according to my friends over at Gallery 11, that's something that's like an annual event. I guess I just stumbled onto it for the first time last year. I wouldn't have a problem with a big rock. I like big rocks. And I'm gonna have a van, so I can put them in the van. Wait, I haven't had my soup yet, Rhonda. Thanks, appreciate that. Nana loved having the girls as her honorary uh, grandchildren, so they were very special to her. Thank you, Charlotte and Logan. Lots of love to you too. You're right, it would help. But see, Rhonda's not willing to come to Texas to bring me chicken soup, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm still kind of coming to terms with her being gone. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, I'll probably post some vlogs. I don't know how much they'll be in the next week or so, although I might do one on the trip to California. That would be a pretty simple one. Probably not going to be a whole lot when I get there, but hopefully on the trip back. Was it walk softly and carry a big stick? I thought it was something else. But then again, who might argue with Elvis? Yeah, I know. For the first time, I'm really on my own. I don't know where Bite went. I lost him. Got really quiet in here. Live stream's never over until it's after 2 hours. Thank you, Janine. Yeah, I'm hoping it goes pretty smoothly. It should be an easier trip because there's no layovers. This time I'm flying directly from Dallas to John Wayne, and so it's going to be a shorter trip. It's not going to be one of these 15 hours between when I leave Dallas and when I arrive at my destination. It'll be like 3.5 hours and I'm done. So uh, the wild card is I'm going to Uber up to Dallas Fort Worth, which is going to be interesting. Never Ubered that far. I don't know if we're going to moonwalk it, but we'll do something. Thank you, Gene. Yeah, just as a public service announcement here, there probably will not be a live stream next week, so be aware of that, and we'll pick it up and resume things in 2 weeks. No, it's horrendously expensive to leave the car at the airport. That's part of the reason I'm doing the Uber route this time because it's got to be less expensive just to Uber up there. And if I drove a car up to the airport, um, then when I drive the van back to Waco, I'm going to have to drive up to the airport to pick up the car and bring it home again. And it's just easier just to do the Uber route, I think. Yeah, thumbs up never hurt. Bye, Darth. Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it'll be. It'll be nice not to have to drive around Dallas. Definitely not a fan of that. I got out of Los Angeles, so I wouldn't have to do that kind of stuff. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're going to probably pull the plug on this one now here. We've been going for 2 hours. Got to do some prep work to get ready for my trip tomorrow. Got to get the cats all set up for the next 9 days, get myself packed, get a few things ready to go. So, go pull the plug on this one. Thanks, everyone. I had a good time talking to you. I'll see you in about 2 weeks. Like I said, hopefully, I'll do some vlogs for you along the way and we can have some fun that way. And other than that, I think that's all that I have for today. So good night, everyone.